Let's get ready for another soap making video. This is Miss Cleo from Arsenio Blue.
Hello
Let's
everyone.
make soap.
So what I want to share with you is how to make your melt and pour clear. Okay, so you want some clear base, but you have made your base and it's not as clear, which means you need to add more solvent the next time you make your recipe, or you meant to make it look like this, right? And now you need to make some clear. So you can take these and clarify them. And this one is not going to take as much to clarify because you can see it's already translucent, but this one is not. Okay? Now it does depend on the type of recipe and what you put in it. Keep in mind, if you put some titanium dioxide in there, which this does not have in there, you are not going to get a completely clear bar of soap, okay? If you have used butters, your soap is still going to be cloudy. Neither one of these have any butter in them, okay? And so let me get my things together here and I will be back to show you what I do. Okay, so what I will say that when you are melting down, or you want to make this translucent, I would cut it up. And I would suggest doing a little bit at a time, okay? Don't do a whole lot. Don't try to do your entire batch because you could burn it. You might not get it as clear. And you do not want to overdo it. You don't want to put too much in there that you cannot reverse anything. The best thing that you can do is actually a little at a time in increments be able to, in tiny increments, be able to add your solvent. So your solvent is going to be either a 90 proof Everclear or grain alcohol, 190 proof Everclear grain alcohol, or, and this is an old one, a propylene glycol, or you can do a little bit of both. So in this case, we're going to melt this down first, do 30-second bursts. I'm sure it's going to take about a minute. But you do want to do just a 30-second burst so that you don't burn it. Now, if you overcook it, it will not be clear. It will start to turn yellow and brown. Okay, and we don't want that. We want this just clarified. Now, after that is done, I would say the amount that I'm going to be melting down, I would use about 1 teaspoon that did nothing really for me. I would use 1 teaspoon of propylene glycol and Everclear or grain alcohol, okay? Or the highest proof of vodka you have, or at least 90 proof regular isopropyl alcohol will even work as well, okay? So we're waiting on that. All right, let's check it out here. One more time, it's not done. You want to melt your stuff down first before you begin to melt it. I'm sorry, before you add your solvents to it, make sure you melt it down. All right, so there we are. It is completely melted down. I'm going to go ahead and pour propylene glycol. There's a little bit more, so I'll leave out a little bit of that. And we're going to go with that for now. And you will see if it will begin to clear up. If not, you will add a little bit more, okay? Once you've added, and I'm going to add a little bit more. Once you have added your solvent, you're going to go back again, and you are going to also, and I'm going to put 3 of those in there. That is Everclear, okay? I'm not going to put any more propylene glycol in here for now. So what we're going to do is the double of solvent in here, and then the single solvent in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on 30 seconds again. And we're going to see what happens. You will need to choose the one that you like the best. You see it's clear. Spray over that with your alcohol. It's just going to dissipate, so you don't have to worry about that. Personally, I'm going to put it on another 15-second nuke just because I want to. Then we're going to work on clarifying this one, which doesn't need as much as this one, right? Because this one is already translucent. Okay. That is 15 seconds more and clear. Now when I look at this, I'm just going to go ahead and let's go with it. Yes, we got the perfect amount in this mold. All right. We're going to go ahead now, put this in there. And I am going to put in half a tablespoon of just propylene glycol, okay? I'm just going to use propylene glycol. And I did not melt this one down. So let's see what happens. Putting it on our 30-second burst. It needs another 30. And I'm going to bevel the back of this, and bevel the front. so that you guys can see. And it's pretty nice and thick. See how thick that is? And we're gonna see what we can read or see through that. Okay. And spray it down. And I can feel a little piece, yeah. That is not quite melted down yet. Now, some people might be against using propylene glycol, but if you have ever bought glycerin soap, you've used it. And propylene glycol is actually in some of our ice cream even, you guys. If you've done your research and you look at your labels. And before you started making soap, then you were using bar soap detergent from the store. So, okay. Spread it with some alcohol. Yeah, it's gonna come up again as soon as you put anything in there that is not the same temperature. Okay. But I had to check it, so. Now let's see if this baby, and it overflowed in the in the microwave. Hence the nasty cup. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Remember, this one's colored, but still, it should be a beautiful translucent color. Okay, for me, I'm gonna go with one more half of a tablespoon, is what that is, of propylene glycol. So there's 2 tablespoons of propylene glycol in just this little amount, okay? No, I am not going to put it back in the heat. I'm going to leave it just as so. I don't have enough to fill that up. So, bear with me 1 minute. I had a piece that I had cut off on a video that I made, and some little hearts that I made. So I'm going to melt this down, and we're gonna apply it to this right here, but I'm gonna melt it first. So you guys bear with me, I'll be right back. This is melted. This is cooling down. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and add this, okay? If we don't get what we want, your troubleshooting says that we add more solvent, right? And that's it. So, we're gonna let these harden. I'll bring you back and we'll unmold them and see what they look like. I put it in there for a little bit. It's still not, you know, solid, but I'm gonna take it out. I think we can get her out. If it makes a mess, it just makes a mess. We'll see. She's probably gonna make a mess because she ain't coming out. There we go. She's like, if you could see her, she's like gel soft. But it is clear, you see that? Clear soap. So that's just what I wanted to show you. And even though she's not completely hard, let's just slide her over right there. And I'm gonna slide her off the table. You know her back looks like this, but let's see if we can read anything through her without her being cleaned up. I think we can. And I'll pick it up. If you guys can see. Remember, we started out with this. Whoops. Up there. This. And this. And I showed you this when I came on. This is not this batch here. This was the first batch that I made. We have a major storm coming in. All right, guys. This is how you troubleshoot and how you clarify your cloudy melt and pour soaps. I think that's fabulous. Let's bring it in for a close-up. From this to this. Hope you have a good day. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.